What can I use in my pool instead of chlorine?
The purpose of chlorine in your swimming pool is to act as a chemical sanitizer. When you have a free chlorine level at 1 part per million in your swimming pool water, then any bacteria that might exist in that water will be dead within 60 seconds of contact with the chlorinated water. That's the function of having it. And a lot of people look to alternatives to chlorine because they hear chlorine is bad for you, which is correct. It's not good for you. However, minimal exposure is the lesser of two evils when you're dealing with a lot of the harmful bacteria that can grow in unsanitized swimming pool water. There's a lot of alternatives, but none of them are great alternatives. First and foremost in the world of chemical sanitizers is bromine. Bromine is slightly chemically different than chlorine, but essentially they are the same thing. They're a chemical sanitizer. And the results that you would experience personally would probably be very similar between chlorine and bromine. Outside of that, there's not a lot of approved chemicals that can be used such that you are absolutely protected in the water. The first one that comes to mind is oxidizers. Heavy doses of oxidizers such as potassium monopersulfate or a high output UV light or ozone generating system all introduce oxygen to the water and oxidize bacteria directly, which is a fantastic option as opposed to chemical sanitizers. However, oxidizers lack the ability to build residual in the water. What that means is the oxidizers aren't waiting in the water for bacteria to be introduced. You have to add them and then they kill the bacteria. It's the wrong order essentially, potentially leaving a swimmer exposed to bacteria, being that bacteria can grow exceptionally fast under the right conditions. Using an oxidizer is the second best option. Personally, what I use on my swimming pool is a high output ozone generator in conjunction with very low levels of chlorine sanitizers. So I reduce my chlorine exposure, which is what most people looking to ask this question are looking to do. However, I'm still protected, as are any swimmers in the water.